Hi everybody, this is Raina Terrell and this is my YouTube channel, How Raina Terrell Sees It. I will try every week to bring you a new video where I will talk about pop culture, the church, life, and other topics. I recently saw Mary J. Blige's My Life documentary on Amazon Prime, and as a longtime fan of Mary, I was very moved and entertained. Mary is one of my favorite artists of all time. My Life is also one of my favorite albums of all time, and it was very interesting to learn how it was made behind the scenes. It was really touching to learn about what Mary went through in her childhood, growing up in Yonkers slow bomb projects. I too grew up in a rough area, Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. She talks about how she was abandoned by her father and raised by a single mother along with her sister. I too was raised by a single mother along with my brother. Amidst the dangers of her neighborhood, music was her refuge. I marveled when she mentioned that Everybody Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers took her to another place. That's one of my favorite classic soul songs. I remember first hearing that sample when I heard Wake Up by Brand Nubians, and that song is like one of my favorites by that group, and the Roy Ayers sample is one of the reasons. So I definitely love that song. The title track of the My Life album is also one of my favorites from her second album as well. So of course, Everybody Loves the Sunshine is a classic. Music is a powerful tool that can inspire people and take them to another place. Mary said that singing was an escape for her. It was great to see her do a rendition of the late Vesta Williams' Congratulations. I believe God placed people in her life to help her reach her destiny. Her sister, who kept encouraging her to sing, led her to that fateful trip to the mall where she recorded a rendition of Anita Baker's Caught Up in the Rapture. Her stepfather gave singer Jeff Redd, the guy who sang You Called and Told Me, the tape, and he also gave it to the late great Andre Harrell, the head of Uptown Records. Mary owes so much of her career to Andre Harrell. I thought adding his interview and the story of how they began their working relationship was a fitting tribute to him. What also began was the working relationship between Mary and Sean Combs. To me, Puffy, as he was called at the time, or Puff Daddy, really helped Mary get into her image and sound. In an industry where the powers that be try to change artists, especially Black female artists, Mary's image and sound were and are authentic. I, and as well as many other Black girls, related so much to Mary. I loved other Black female artists, but when I saw Mary, I saw myself. Her duet with then boyfriend Casey Haley of Jodeci was shown, and I remember watching that very performance on TV. I knew they were together because the chemistry between them was so electric. But the problems they had were greatly reflected in her music, especially her second album, My Life. During the making of that album, Mary expressed that she was going through a lot. She self-medicated with drugs and alcohol. She mentioned that she and Casey were also very young and weren't making the wisest decisions. That's when she and Puffy, who was also going through relationship problems, decided to pour their hearts out into the songs they created. I remember listening to songs like You Gotta Believe and Be With You, thinking, Mary really went through a lot with that guy. All these years, I believed that Mary was in an abusive relationship with him. During the documentary, Mary's friend, Michelle Asaf, mentioned that she was also dating JoJo Haley. She also alleges that one time, Casey came into the house in a rage and started beating up on Mary. Wow. You hear so many stories about women, especially famous women, being in abusive relationships or marriages. Mary mentioned that she would witness her mother and other women become abused. This one hit home for me. All this time I was listening to Mary J. Blige pour her heart out in her songs, needing for her man to love her. I also saw when Casey was interviewed and said that he was not going to marry her despite the rumors. And then I saw Mary's reaction in that interview overseas. Casey really treated her horribly. She didn't deserve that. I hope that this is a message for women to not tolerate any abuse from their partners or spouses and to get out and find safety. One of the things I remember Mary saying was that she felt the need to dumb herself down to be loved by a man. She expressed that she also didn't have the confidence to carry through and didn't believe the hype about her music because she didn't feel good about herself. I hope she now understands that her music and her life is a testimony to so many people, especially to women. One story that really moved me was a woman who spoke to Mary and she told her that she tried to jump, but she remembered hearing Mary's voice say, "You can't keep a good woman down." That is amazing. The scene that also moved me was the listening party, where a man said that listening to Mary's album kept him from ending his own life after being bullied about his weight and sexuality. That's powerful. I believe it's important for creatives to express themselves in their music, in their books, in whatever medium they are in. You never know who you'll affect. You never know who you'll inspire. Mary's story of despair, transparency, perseverance, and eventually triumph is a testament to the human spirit. When you compare the Mary J. Blige in 1994, 1995 to the Mary J. Blige of now, you would think that you're looking at two completely different people. Many years later, she accomplished so much, She's a multiple Grammy winner. She's a 2-time Academy Award nominee. She's a Golden Globe Award nominee. She has a star on the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she's been inducted in the Apollo Theater Walk of Fame. Now she's on the show Power, Book 2, and she's doing so many amazing things. And I can definitely say that Mary's story is extremely inspiring, especially to us Black women. The message I can glean from this is that no matter what you're going through, work on your purpose, work towards your destiny. When you're going through a storm, count on God and the people around you to help you make it through. You can always reach the top of the mountain after walking through your lowest valley. Thank you for watching. Be blessed.